go ahead.
Your stupid face. All right, everybody, welcome back to 1090. I am Andy. This is Todd. Coach, a very special beer review tonight. We're going to be doing the best of 2022 Bourbon County Stout.
Every year we do this.
Every year we do this.
We're done already.
Yeah, it came and went really fast. But we do have individual reviews of every single one of these variants that are up here tonight. So go ahead and we got the link below. Click on them and you can watch them all. Also, please subscribe. Click that bell so we can let you know every time we get a video. We are all things beer, bourbon, and rock and roll. So,
and every year we bring you.
Every year we're going to bring you every single one of them before you stand in line on Black Friday.
That's right.
So, the other thing about this year that I thought was really unique is every year we rank them individually, and then we kind of take the mean of like what we decided was going to work.
And that's our top.
This year we were actually completely insane. It was 7 all the way to 1, which
never
is really weird. It has never happened before. So that tells you our palates are in sync, and we knew what we liked this year.
It's true.
And
it doesn't usually happen, but it's interesting to see how they came out. Andy, let's see what number 7 brought us.
All right, Todd, number 7 was a surprise. We thought this was going to be a lot higher, but this was the coffee stout.
I think it was. For me especially, well, actually for you especially, you wanted way more coffee in that variant. And while I think it was there on the back end, you're right, it wasn't pronounced. And it was like if you didn't know this was a coffee stout, you'd be like, oh, this is a great BCS.
You do get
on the back
coffee
end
notes in almost all of these stouts.
But what do you say about your variants?
But when we talk about a variant, we want it to actually kind of really shine and be the leader of that in the flavor profile.
You just didn't feel like it did.
And in this particular one, it wasn't. The mouthfeel was great. The viscosity was good. It was balanced well, but it just didn't bring the coffee notes that you've had in the past, like the 2017 or like the special number 4. So we wanted that to be present. It wasn't, and that's why it landed at the bottom. So
yeah, it's what it is. I think that makes sense though for the rest of the lot.
Yep.
How good they were.
Because number 6 coming up. All right, number 6 is a bit of a controversial pick, and I'm sure some of you will probably say, "Really?" But
well, listen, this
Todd,
is us.
what is it?
It's the 30th anniversary. So when we did this, listen, I know there's other people out there that said this is the best thing ever because it's the 30th anniversary. Listen, we drink what we like. It was good. It wasn't great.
Yeah, it was. So essentially, you have the base stout in Wild Turkey, Buffalo Trace, Heaven Hill, and now Four Roses. This was lined up in the beam line. You had Booker's, Basil, Hayden, Knob Creek, and Baker's. And so it was a battle of which base technically was better. It was not aged 2 years like the barley wine. It was simply just aged for a year. They gave you the percentages right there on the bottle. And it was good.
It was good. It was good.
Surprisingly much sweeter than the traditional base.
Correct.
But it just did not wow us.
It didn't pop.
Nor was that mouthfeel, that viscosity where we wanted it to be. I think had that been there, it may have even ranked a little bit higher, but it just wasn't there.
And then the price you're going to pay for it, right? You're going to pay an extra price for this.
And we wanted to take that into consideration too. You put all those factors together,
comes in at 6. Yeah, it's what it is. So, not bad. It was good, just not great.
I agree, 100%.
On to number 5.
Coming up.
All right, number 5 now. And this was one that I think we're getting into territory now where all these we really enjoyed, right? This one surprises a bit. What is it?
And so this is Isaac Stout, Sir Isaac Stout. This is the Ode to the Fig Newton. 10,000 pounds of figs this thing
a lot of figs.
Yeah,
it's listen, I haven't had a Fig Newton in probably 25 years. I'm not a big fan of Fig Newtons. I was actually a fan of this.
I thought it was great. Yeah. I thought it was done really well. Touch sweet.
It is sweet.
But that's
it's very sweet.
The addition of the graham cracker kind of flavor coming through there. The only reason I think this didn't land higher is because, honestly, all of the traditional BCS stouts carry that note of fig, that dark fruit kind of fig presence is always there. This just takes it and elevates it and does exactly as it says it's going to be, but nothing crazy unique that stood out and said, "My gosh, I."
No, but you could tell you could tell the graham cracker. It was good.
It was there.
It was very good.
Actually, I think it was done much better than something like a Moncherie from a couple years ago.
Honestly, I thought this was my least favorite. It came in 5.
I was surprised too. Yeah. So good job, and the top 4 coming up.
I would say get it.
All right.
Yeah. All righty, number 4, now top 4. This is one that was actually, if you saw our initial review of this, there has to be an asterisk next to it because we had some infection. We had chunks in our bottle when we poured it out. We reviewed it. It was off. What was it?
So this is the prop. We reviewed this, and while the nose and the flavors at times were really good, they were at times were really off.
Yeah, something was funky about it. We said funky a bunch in there.
And so we said, this is just a pass for us. It's just too strange. Okay. I'm not this is going to be
First things first, we poured this. You can probably show a clip of this right now.
We got little floaties in here,
floaties. Man. I think it might be the toasted coconut because we brew with that. It's very hard sometimes.
I hope it is.
It's just not my cup of tea.
There's an off-putting note on this.
And there's chunks in here.
That's taking this away from. I actually probably would have been down with this. The nose is cool, and pieces of the palate are exactly as described. But there's something, man. I cannot put my finger on. So we decided to crack another one, and and really this came from our viewers all saying like, "Hey, we tried the prop. It was fantastic. It was really, really good."
We're like, crap.
So we're thinking like, what was wrong with ours? Well, it turns out there was something wrong with ours. We contacted Goose Island, told them, we had an infected beer. So when we tried the new one, it actually was glorious. It was really, really good. All those flavors, that Jungle Bird cocktail they were trying to talk about, they kind of came about.
Toasted coconut, pineapple, banana, lime juice.
All came through together and really balanced much better than I thought.
Well balanced. Really nicely done. So it went from probably, when we first did it was our last, all the way up to number 4.
All the way to 4. And close to being able to be swapped with number 3, I think. Actually, 3 and 2, like all of those were very close.
Yes.
I think 1 was a little bit more unanimous. But,
correct.
But this fell right in that line of could have landed in the top 3 very easily. So the prop, again, because last year was wonderful, the year before was wonderful, continues to be unique and something to search and get.
If you're in Chicago, grab it.
Really, really good. So, well done. Awesome. All right, Todd, number 3. It's all about that what?
It's all about the base, and we always say, Andy, if it's the first review we do of Bourbon County Stout, and we say if the base actually hits, it foretells how the variants will be. This year, the base was really good. In fact, better than a lot of the variants.
Yeah, it really was. It rarely is it this high. In fact, it placed so high that it almost hurt the rest of the lot.
Well, let me ask you this. Good. Do you think it's because of the Four Roses edition?
Well, we
love Four Roses.
We can only say that the last 3 years have had the traditional Wild Turkey Buffalo Trace and Heaven Hill.
Yes.
So something had to have changed to make this stand out. So is it the addition of the Four Roses? Maybe, maybe not. But there was a smoky note that was present there. This oaky woody note that was beautiful. That has not been present. The chocolate
and vanilla and all the traditional notes of
the traditional notes of those dark fruits and figs.
Dark fruits, big time.
They all come through as they usually do. But that barrel presence, the woody notes, and there's almost like this dryness at the end that just pulled it all together and made you want to come back for another sip. It was great.
This will be the cheapest BCS out there. Grab 2, 3, 4 if you can, if your budget allows it.
Sell these guys.
Sell them. Drink one now, drink one in a couple months, drink one next year, and we're going to be doing it. We're going to be hoarding these guys.
Yeah, this was a really...
We're going to grab a lot.
We're going to line this up against a couple of the other ones that have been our favorites in the past. And
great job with the base.
I have a feeling that this is going to stand up really well. Very good, awesome base this year. Just missed out on number 2.
Alrighty, so number 2, I think if you watched our reviews of this and you saw the individual review, we were the most surprised by this. Yeah. And you being Italian, I know you were happy. It's the Biscotti, Andy.
I loved it.
Listen, this is, I think, the best variant of this year that's an adjunct.
And it's unique.
Yes.
Like, I was wondering how this was going to work.
I had zero hopes for this.
As did I, because I like Biscotti. Okay?
I don't think I had it once in my life.
So it's really good.
Oh, you're Italian. I'm Irish. So
Irish like Biscotti.
Okay, there you go.
They dip it in Jameson.
That's right.
What I loved about this was that it was true to the nose to the point where I was so surprised. Like, wait a minute.
Yep.
I can't believe I'm smelling a Biscotti here.
Toasted almond.
You have the cocoa nibs, and then the aniseed. The aniseed is in a traditional Biscotti recipe. However, it's not something that we've heard brewed with a lot. In fact, Goose Island even said, this is not something we've ever brewed with before.
Aniseed is a flavor you get in a lot of rye whiskeys, right? So
because it's got that dark, kind of black licorice note to it that can be very strong.
Yes.
And I was worried that was going to overpower, because on its own, I'm not a black licorice fan.
It was buttery, creamy. It tasted like you were taking that Biscotti, dipping it in coffee, and putting it in your mouth with a bourbon.
And this is an Irishman saying he likes it.
I loved it, and we both. It was. You watched the review of our full review. It's fantastic.
It was absolutely fantastic.
So grab that when you see it out there on Thursday
So since
or Friday.
the penultimate one, you know what's coming next, and that's just how good it was, because this one on any other given Sunday, as they say, probably would have won. But number one coming up.
All right, it was our last review of the lot of 2022 Bourbon County Stout, and it wowed us. What was it?
So give me a 14, 16, 17-year-old
Yes.
Old Fitz barrels for 2 years in a beautiful Barleywine, and winner, hands down.
Fudgy.
Yeah.
Like bourbon at 17%.
And it doesn't even drink close to it.
Doesn't even drink close to it.
It's dangerously smooth
Malty.
for 17%.
It's a barley wine, malty.
You get the caramel notes, the buttery notes, you get the chocolate notes that come from being aged at extra
Bourbon
year,
notes.
which we've said before, the extra year does wonders to these BCSs.
Yes.
But the barley wines are great, and we've missed that.
Yes.
And so this is fantastic that they put this out and they aged it that extra year.
Yes.
Absolutely glorious. One of the best pours we've had from BCS in a while.
It's up there with, say, the birthday bourbon. Right?
Yep, I would say that. Yep.
We loved last year.
The 25th anniversary Knob Creek. I think it's up there in that kind of category.
Well,
that's how
think
good
about
it
last
is.
year. We loved the Old Forester 150, right? Up there with all those.
Yeah. So this is playing a league of elite Joe Flacco type BCSs.
There it is.
So
put the old Flacco reference in there. I love it. And yeah, I mean, I agree. And the cool thing is, it's all about the barrel, right?
Yeah.
The barrel is important. It's not the adjuncts. It's the barrel important. The Old Fitz, the 14,
and let's be honest,
16,
as much as I
17.
love the Biscotti, right? You're right. When the barrel
We
is
love that.
the one who's shining, if that's the main player, it's going to be good.
2 years.
And yeah, this.
So if you see it, I don't think it's as easy as to get as the other ones.
probably going to carry the bigger price tag too.
Grab it.
But look,
Grab one. If you can grab two.
and let's
age
be
it.
honest, the two biggest price tags this year are going to be our number 1 and our number 6, because we did the
Yeah.
price. So if you had to decide between the two,
Old Fitz.
our recommendation,
100%.
to each their own, but our recommendation is
Grab
the
two
Old
of these
Fitz.
if you
Yeah.
can.
Really good. So.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
All right, so that's a wrap on 2022. Came and went way too
Hold on.
fast.
Tell us what
but-
you thought of your rankings, and we'll comment below.
Yeah, please do. We love to banter with you guys on this
Yes.
stuff, because actually some people get very passionate about this.
They do. I
We're
love
very
it.
happy to kind of banter back
We
and forth
love
with you.
comments.
And we love hearing what you think. And we do on our live streams occasionally. We pull people up and we'll drink BCS with you. So,
In fact, we're doing this week.
Yeah, so come on up and join us. But anyway, if you like what you see from 21090, please hit that subscribe button, click that little bell in the corner. It's going to let you know every time there's a new video coming out. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Untapped. We go live every week with Glam and Drams, all things beer, bourbon, rock and roll. We have on distilleries, breweries. We do album battles, tons of giveaways. It's a great time. And we also want to thank all of our Patreon members. It's a community that is growing quickly, and it is, I'm not going to lie to you, it's one of the best
a lot of
patrons
fun.
out there.
We
have
think so.
a ton of fun. We do meetups. We do
Content.
content,
giveaways.
blogs, giveaways,
Advent calendars.
all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah.
With our Patreons.
Links below. Join us. It's a great time, and you'll meet some cool people.
As cheap as a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Actually, it's cheaper now with inflation.
That's true. That's true.
It's true.
We're a value.
We're a value. All right. It's
this
been a
has been
great
It's
year.
been
Hey,
fun.
listen, we have more barrel-aged goodness coming.
We absolutely do. But
So-
until next time, Tom.
Oh, and there will be a next time.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.